The Memphis players making their way through the tunnel earlier. Well, what a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the 1 spot. And for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Ball. 5 to shoot. The Grizzlies pull it in. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers. And Brooks, here we go. Basket counts.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
And steady improvement, Smitty, for Lithuanian big man Jonas Valanciunas. You look at his per-minute numbers, pretty impressive.
They are. He'll give you 20 and 10 with 30 minutes a night. But in today's game, it's so perimeter-oriented. Will he get that opportunity?
Now here's Ingram. He had 15 points last outing. Passes it to Ball. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. They get it back. Williamson, the pass to Favors. Ingram wide open. Offensive rebound. Williamson kicks to Holiday. New Orleans moving the ball around. Ingram against Anderson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
Now, how about the handles from the young fellow? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Ingram dishes to Favors. Brooks against Ball. Over Brooks. Williamson. And another shot. And it's Favors laying it in.
You love the effort of Favors on the glass. He's a scrappy player who comes away with second chance opportunities for his club.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Now here's Ball. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Sacramento. Deflects the pass. And now the Pelicans on the break. And the dunk by Williamson.
Just a terror in transition. Zion's understanding for how to exploit these situations is one of his greatest strengths.
Morant, good on the triple. Morant's got 7.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Ingram against Anderson, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson.
And a moment now to see the stats for Anderson. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 7 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision-making.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Clark comes in for Jaren Jackson. Allen's checked in for Brooks. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Morant. Now here's Jang. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. They get it back. The Pelicans trail. 1:20 left here in the first quarter. Jackson kicks to Hart. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And so Allen will bring it up for Memphis. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
If you don't have that one guy who gets you 10-plus boards every night, you just have to send more guys to the glass.
There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. He's with it. He's against Chang. Here's Hart. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Hart's got his second basket of the game. Memphis leading by 3. Melton passes to Clark. Here's Melton. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's deflected. Redick for 3. Second chance shot. Jackson has the open look. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Grizzlies lead by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Clark is out there with Gorgie Dang. Then there's Allen. And it's Melton in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Hart. Really had troubles in the loss to Sacramento. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Outside, Redick. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Hart. Here's the 3. Rebound by Chang, and the Grizzlies leading by 5. The Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Here's Okafor. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Melly. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Morant. He has 7. The pass to Chang. Kicks to Allen. Out to the right wing. Shoots. The shot that time not on target. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Ball no good. Memphis leading by 3. Here's Clark. It's Morant in the corner. Second shot opportunity. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, with that little pump fake, Morant has a sneaky way of initiating contact. And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Valanciunas, who's checked in for Gorgie Dan. Jaren Jackson comes in for Clark. And Brooks subbed in for Allen.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Here's Morant following the score by New Orleans. Pass to Valanciunas. Lets it go with a 3. They get the rebound. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that game against the Spurs, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
So Favors will bring it up for the Pelicans. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And New Orleans also making a change. J.J. Redick's checked in for Ball. Memphis leading. Brooks right side. To the wing right side. Here's Morant. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
From deep three-point range, Brooks misses.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the...
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They kept at it on both ends of the... That's all for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
3rd quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Wall and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And it's Favors in at the 5. Hey, Steve, if your team is holding on to a narrow lead, which player do you want defending that last shot of the game?
I would say Kawhi Leonard, Giannis because of his length, Paul George, Draymond Green, and I really love Klay Thompson. Not that he's going to block the shot, but he always stays in position.
No one near Williamson as he lets it go. Off target with his 3. Jackson kicks to Morant. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Morant's got 13.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over.
Pass to Williamson. Fires the three. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, how about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Memphis trailing here. Brooks outside. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Here's Morant. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 15 points in the game.
Showing off the focus there. It's hard trying to distract Morant when he's locked in on his jumper.
Ingram passes to Favors. Over Anderson. Favors can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The Pelicans tried to build a contender around Anthony Davis. They're hoping this go around with Zion Williamson, they'll be able to create a more complete team.
And that one's good. Williamson.
Capable of doing some real damage. Give Williamson the rock in a spot like that, and he is going to burn you.
Brooks finds Valanciunas. Over Favors. No good from Valanciunas. And Steve, with the Anthony Davis trade completed, a new look for the Pelicans.
Yes, plan A, Kevin, was to make it work with Anthony Davis. Instead, they have acquired a lot of young talent, a ton of it. In time, they'll become a team, in my opinion, to be reckoned with.
Well, you talk about athletic families. Both of Drew Holiday's parents played Division I college basketball. Two brothers also in the NBA. His sister played at UCLA. Oh, and by the way, his wife is a gold medal winning soccer player. That is tough to beat.
Pelicans leading by 4. The high post shot. The Grizzlies pull it in. Clark's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Drew Holiday, one of the 3 brothers, playing in the NBA at the same time. Greg, how often do you see that?
I mean, we had the Plumleys for a while there, but the Holidays, probably the most notable example. Aaron, Drew, and Justin, a basketball dynasty in one generation.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Drew Holiday. Pass to Hart. 1:39 left in the third. He kicks it to Hayes. Corner shot with the tip. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Hart's got the lead up to 4 now for the Pelicans.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Back to Valanciunas. Shoots over Redick. And that's off the glass and in. Valanciunas has got his first basket.
Valanciunas has made so many strides as a scorer since he started in the NBA.
Now the pass to Hayes. Outside, Redick. It's rebounded by Memphis. Clark's got his 5th rebound in this one. Brooks. For the tie. Tries again. Pelicans with the rebound.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Pass to Jackson. From downtown, and another 3 for New Orleans.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Here's Clark. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
All right, guys, remember what we said now. Hey.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Pelicans leading by 4. They've got Clark. He's out there with Brooks. Morant is out there with Jackson. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Hart. Outside, Redick. Pulls it up. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Melly's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pelicans. And then Clark slams it in.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude, like how Morant just recognized the open man, and the ball is right there.
Over to the left wing. Down low, it's deflected. From deep, Brooks kept alive. The second effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively. And this is Alvin Gentry's 4th stop as an NBA head coach. He's been working as an NBA assistant, get this, since 1988.
Over 3 decades in this league. A decade coaching in college. Worked for and with so many legendary coaches. He's seen it all. Watch out. When Favors gets loose around the rim, he can pound it.
Now here's Morant. Favors with the rebound. Pelicans leading by 4. Here's Williamson. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 8 rebounds in this game. It's Morant in the corner. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. 17 points for Ja Morant.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
Here's Holiday. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Morant. No good. That would have tied it. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Holiday. A second chance effort, and Favors kicks to Ball. And good. He nails it. Ball's got his first points of the game.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. 4-point game. And it's Ingram missing. The Grizzlies shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. And that one's good by Clark.
And the first thing I thought of, confidence from Clark. Knows his team needs a bucket and goes out and gets it.
Holiday, the pass to Ingram. The dish to Williamson. Feeds to Favors. Releases. Favors. It's good on the putback. And the Pelicans lead by 4.
With the game tightening up, Favors with the confidence to attack. Big bucket.
Jonas Valanciunas, who's checked in for the Grizzlies. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And here's Morant. Out left to the wing. Anderson passes to Morant. To the paint. Valanciunas dishes to Morant. Clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Valanciunas, good.
That was just a cold-blooded play there from Valanciunas. Not fazed at all by the situation.
Ingram passes to Williamson. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
To Holiday. He dishes it to Ball. In the corner, it's Ingram over Anderson. Count it!
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim. Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
An all-star, a leader, Drew Holiday can be counted on night in and night out to make a difference.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity strike to close this one out.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
Yeah, impressed with the work ethic of Ball. You can see a desire to want to be great, and he's going to continue to work on improving those weaknesses.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're down by 1. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
These are the plays that people remember. I can't wait to see what he has devised.
6 seconds left in the game. Yes!
Gotta love the big man Valanciunas fighting for that extra chance, and he was rewarded for his effort.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're behind by 1. 3 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
And I think they've got enough time to try and get the ball inside. And unless they get a wide open look on the perimeter, that should be what the focus is. Even if you miss at the rim, you've got a good chance to maybe try and draw a foul.
And the rejection by Jackson. So a close game sees Memphis take this one. Thank you, David. Great.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one.
The action. Well, APA, thanks. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And the starting group for the Spurs. We've got Jakob Poeltl. White is out there with DeJounte Murray. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the 1 spot. Now Ball. Derek Favors missing from long range. 4 on the shot clock. Holiday finds Favors. And stolen by Murray. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
Outside, Walker. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Favors dishes to Williamson. Favors with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. And the dunk by Williamson.
And the defense learned a valuable lesson there. Don't let Williamson...
Wow, hammering it in.
Oh, and he takes it right at the man who just scored on him.
That's the way to answer back with an in-your-face stuff. Now, here's Ball. His last outing, he had 18 points. And Poeltl sends it back.
And you got to give appreciation to how Poeltl punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing. And that is a great move off the baseline and a big-time play at the basket.
Agreed. Fantastic reverse dunk. Had to get up high for that one. White against Holiday. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. DeRozan with the rebound. The Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Williamson. He can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
And the Pelicans with possession here. After the basket by San Antonio. Ingram wide open. Tips it up, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
Now here's DeRozan. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
6 to shoot. Here's Murray. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
Here's Walker. Zion Williamson making his last shot. Oh, and the jam by Poeltl.
And look at Poeltl effortlessly dropping the hammer on the D.
And Holiday kicks to Ingram. Back to Holiday. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. And stolen by Murray. Here's Forbes. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Redick with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Puts it up from 15. And Jackson with the basket on the assist from Redick.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Gay passes to Purdy. Spurs working the ball around now. Gay with it. A 17-point game for him in the win against Dallas. The wide open look here for DeRozan. A three-pointer off the mark. And now the Pelicans on the break. And the wide open shot from Redick. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his best.
People saying that.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
They've got J.J. Redick. He's out there with Jackson. Hart is out there with Hayes. And it's Melly in at power forward. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now here's Gay. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The pass to Bellinelli. Shot clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Mills beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. The Pelicans shooting here about 46% for the game. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And Forbes kicks to Mills. Pass to Gay. Zeller inside. Hayes on him. Here's Forbes. Drains it from beyond the arc. Forbes has got 5 points so far. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing career, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
And role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never...
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Mills, that's a two-pointer. That one a little long.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Ball with it, now guarded by DeRozan. Pass to Okafor. Gay with the block.
Using his length well on defense. Rudy Gay working hard, swats that one away.
And Okafor with the block. And now the Pelicans on the break. Holiday gets the bucket.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And I don't know if he needs a rest in this quarter or what, but he needs something to get off the snide.
Williamson dishes to Holiday. And the three ball is good. Holiday's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pelicans.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Here is Forbes, guarded by Holiday. Passes it to Zeller. And they get it. Pelicans pull it in. Okafor's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Williamson. Some solid defense from Gay.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
DeRozan gets the bucket.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Holiday with the 3. No good. Shot missing. No good that time. Drew Holiday has been on this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but it... And that does it for our...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for San Antonio. Jakob Poeltl out there at DeRozan. Then it's White. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. Shoots from the baseline, and he drops that one in. Walker's got the first bucket of the third here for the Spurs. Here's Williamson. Ball, the pass to Williamson. He kicks to Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
The instincts of Ingram, just seeing a lane and pouncing on it in the blink of an eye.
You just watch Zion Williamson, and everybody's so curious about where it is that he fits positionally. We do know this. In terms of his power and athleticism, he's already elite. And in this league, he's going to find ways to make contributions. And where he likes to hang his hat is the way he plays defensively. And for a young player to gravitate towards that, that's something special.
Favors dishes to Williamson. It's stolen by DeRozan. Poked away. To the middle. Here's Poeltl. And the dunk by Poeltl.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. For three, Ingram. San Antonio with the rebound. And Brett Zion, he's a great fit for a team that will want to get up and down like the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt that he has already infused this city and this franchise with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm to watch his growth. But the mindset of Zion Williamson is about what he can do for the team. And that's what I'm most interested in. What kind of plays can he make? And him playing defense and using that ability down there to ignite the offense, that's where he can make some immediate impact.
White left side. Murray outside. Hurdle finds Murray. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Outside, White. He feeds it to DeRozan. White, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. White's got his first 2 points.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Pelicans, Hayes, he's checked in for Favors. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jackson. Then for the Spurs, Rudy Gay's checked in for DeRozan. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. And Spills in for DeJounte Murray. Brett, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control. They ran that play exactly as it was drawn up. Nice job.
Hills with it, now guarded by Ingram. Here's Pirtle. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Pirtle's got 4 points now in the quarter.
When Pirtle gets the rock deep inside, the D is toast. Can't allow him to get comfortable from there.
Redick surveying the D. It's Hayes, top of the key. Rebound, San Antonio.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Okafor's checked in for the Pelicans. Tyler Zeller's checked in for San Antonio. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Hart. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Love whenever Ingram rises for the jam, just flushing it home in the face of the opposition.
Zeller passes to Gay. San Antonio shooting their first foul shot of the night. That one misses for Zeller. 6 seconds left to play here in the third. Got it up. And that one released in time, but no good.
Well, J.J. Redick doesn't get talked about enough defensively, determined on that.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Pelicans on top, leading by 5. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Zion at the 4 with Okafor at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Redick in at the small forward. That's the Pelicans 5. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And going up against the Pelicans, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Favors is checked in. San Antonio also making some changes. DeMar, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He's not happy with what he says are late rotations defensively against their three-point shooters. And then at the offensive end, he wants his guys to get their own shots within the rhythm and flow of the offense. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. And stolen by Williamson. Redick with the 3. The offensive rebound. Favors. Count that bucket. And it's a 7-point Pelican lead.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
White against Howard. White dishes to DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. And White kicks to Pirtle. Favors with the rebound. Favors got rebound number 5 here tonight. It's Redick on the wing. Back to Ball. For Murray. And it's off the back rim. No good. Spurs trail by 7. Here's Favors. And a slam dunk by Favors.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Williamson, the pass to Ball. Favors dishes the ball for Murray. Here's Williamson, and Holiday kicks to Ball. New Orleans moving the ball around. The kick out to Holiday. Williamson, the pass to Favors, and stolen by Murray. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Ingram, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Off the inbound. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. That's now 8 points for Jakob Pirtle.
And Pirtle has a stick-with-it mentality on the offensive glass, just throwing himself against the board.
And the dunk by Williamson.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability. Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Free throw good, Murray. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Ingram right side. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
And Ingram hits these mid-range jumpers in his sleep. The defense can't allow him to get going from there.
And the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket for Murray.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
And that one's good by Favors.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
Outside, Walker. Kicks it to DeRozan. Over in the corner, White. Ball against Murray. Outside, Holiday. And there's the pass to Ball. Sinks the triple. Ball's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pelicans.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for New Orleans.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Zion Williamson.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
And there's Favors putting it right back in. And the Pelicans lead by 12.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
That's a two-pointer from Walker. Ball with the rebound. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice to system.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Drills the three-pointer.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope. Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbounds.
Here's Melly off target with that shot. So we see the Pelicans taking the double. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.
can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K. GA, it's
Well, guys,
a proud franchise. Thank you, David. We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Memphis, they're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And checking out San Antonio, sitting there 4 spots below.
And when I look at San Antonio, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
They have their work cut out in the offseason. The status quo isn't going to cut it. There has to be an overhaul.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. And for San Antonio, we've got White. Jakob Poeltl out there at DeRozan. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 3. Now here's Morant. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. A lot of different styles of basketball, and, you know, we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
No question, GA. I mean, it takes skills and a certain level of fearlessness.
Now here's Brooks. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Grizzlies now. It's a 3-point game. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Anderson outside. Memphis moving it around. 5 on the clock. Goes up from the top of the key, and the shot is good.
You could do that every time up the floor. Put Morant in the pick and roll and just let him go to work.
And it's Murray penetrating. Here's DeRozan. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him. Brooks against White. Here's Anderson. And Poeltl pulls it down. Spurs leading by 3. To the inside. DeRozan. Off target at the rim.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish. Well, Kevin, in the Memphis Grizzlies, I mean, playoff contenders for 7 straight seasons from 2010 to 2017. I mean, a Western Conference Finals appearance in 2013. Now a new phase as they look to rebuild this roster.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. DeRozan in the corner. Back to Poeltl. Gay right side. Over Clark. Out to DeRozan. Gay inside with the fadeaway. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. A different look now for San Antonio. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Murray. Bellinelli is covering. Over to the wing. Clark for 3. Zeller grabs the board. And Chris, in the small market of Memphis, There'd been a resistance to hitting that reset button and going young.
Oh, yeah, with fan attendance dropping in each of the last 4 seasons, I mean, they've reached their pain threshold. And with this team struggling, the writing was on the wall.
Now here's Gay. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas.
Oh, really? Gay looks so smooth taking that shot. His form simply could not be better.
It's good.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Bellinelli passes to Zeller. The shot, no good. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Mills dishes to Forbes. Ball's knocked loose. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. No good from Clark. And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Well, nowadays, the three-point shot is huge. They were on fire from outside.
Back to Bellinelli. Puts up a 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
The outside shooting of Bellinelli really opens up the floor for everyone else. His stroke from outside is just straight cash.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Spurs lead by 7. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Zeller is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli. Then it's Mills. And it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw tonight. Some people have already predicted future MVPs. Is there a surprise name that you think could win that MVP award, Chris, down the road?
I think there are a few surprises. I mean, we can go young with young guys like Trey Young or Luka Doncic. We can go with guys that we expect to do it, like Anthony Davis, who it just seems like he's just biting at the bit. There's a few young Celtics. There's a few young Lakers that in a few years you never know what they could do, especially the ones that are playing with great guys and watching their practice habits, game habits, stealing their recipes or stealing what they eat before the game and their health-wise. So many guys right now that are going to be in that second tier coming up. It's going to be fun to watch their growth.
It will. Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. Morant comes in for Allen. And Bellinelli kicks to Zeller. Anderson against Bellinelli. Passes to Mills. 6 on the shot clock. Morant with the steal. And it's Memphis on the break. And it's Clark with the jam.
A solid defender, Morant, adept at reading the opposition and realizing when to go for the steal.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Tyler Zeller. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Derek White's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jack. Jaren Jackson comes in for Clark. And it's Dylan Brooks in for DeAnthony Melton. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Morant.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Murray, the pass to DeRozan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
And White slams it in.
And when Hurdle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
Now here is Pirtle, following the miss by Ja Morant. Murray outside. Off target from outside. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
The Spurs making a switch here. Walker's checked in.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
And there's 1:45 left in the first half of basketball. Murray kicks to DeRozan. Gay outside. Back to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. Inside. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Well, in these late shot clock situations, you need a calm presence handling the ball. Gay is so good at beating the clock with a quality shot.
Back to Brooks. Over Gay. And the shot no good, a bit short. Spurs leading by 8. Off pass to Gay. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And check out the hops from Gay. Just throw it up to him, and he'll take care of the rest.
Brooks outside. Drains the three-pointer. Brooks has got himself on the board with 3 there.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at 3.
Outside DeRozan. Unloads from 13. And he hits the jumper for 2. DeRozan's got 5 now.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first half. 2 points, that one goes. And it's 6 points for Ja Morant.
Yeah, wiry, strong, and courageous. Morant's willing to slam it up in there if you give him a lane.
And finished off by Morant.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
And it's Walker penetrating. And here's DeRozan. Here's Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And gotta admire how fast Pirtle slashes to the rim after setting the screen. Once he gets the ball, the D,
Rudy Gay, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. Rudy Gay has been getting it done. He had 13 points and 1 rebound. That's all for now.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Rudy Gay having a dominant impact in this game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. Murray dishes to Pirtle. Back to Murray. Shoots over Morant. Murray, good. Murray's got his first bucket in this one.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession. And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young, he still has a very bright future.
Jackson passes to Morant. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
The putback, it's good on the putback. Pirtle's got his second bucket.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And stolen by Murray. To the middle, here's White. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And it's a 10-point San Antonio lead. And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
That's when a double team hurts a defense. I mean, when they're guarding the player smart enough to pass out of it and find the man left alone.
To the paint, stolen by Anderson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's stolen by DeRozan. And they're running. Walker dishes to Pirtle.
They made the most of their halftime adjustments. They're shooting 80% so far in the second half.
Down low. Here's Jackson. And foul. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Chris, in his 6th season out of UCLA, small forward Kyle Anderson.
Well, yeah, Kevin, in his first 3 years, improving his long-range distance, shooting to over 37%. Now, it's fallen back off the last couple of seasons, but he's a smart, savvy player, and he's at his best when he's hitting shots.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And Mills kicks to Gay. Back to Mills. The tray. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Anderson passes to Clark. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Well, this is the attitude Anderson brings. A selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guys.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Allen's checked in. Chris, we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent. The biggest shift coming from bigs shooting more threes.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor. And the better you can shoot, the better you can space the floor. And then more importantly, if you can knock down that three, you become a triple threat because now you can shoot there, maybe you can dribble and get by, or because of your height, you see different passing lanes and you can be a better passer, getting your teammates involved, and they like that spacing as well.
Over in the corner, Zeller. 1:37 left in the third quarter. Here's Bellinelli. Back to Zeller. Clock at 4. Lots of room. And the shot goes in. Zeller's got his first points in this one.
And you know what, Kevin? He can step out and hit that mid-range jumper. And Zeller just with excellent touch.
Pass to Clark. To the inside from 11 feet away. And that one goes long. Spurs leading by 3. Forbes the pass to Bellinelli. Back to Forbes. Zeller against Jang. Now here's Bellinelli. He's guarded closely. Here's Forbes. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jang's got 4 rebounds in this game. This is his second trip to the line in this one. And he makes the first.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Zeller.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, very smooth touch on the stroke.
The shot's good from Forbes.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's Melton, covered by Mills. Melton passes to Jang. Clark, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Clark's got 5 points in the quarter.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Mills. Hey, and that basket's going to count, folks. And yep, the coach's challenge being used here on the goaltending call. He wants it reviewed.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Spurs out in front. They're up by 3. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Mills. Rudy Gay is out there with Poeltl. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot.
And when Gay gets the hot hand, just keep feeding him. He can really stroke it from any area of the court.
Brooks with it. It's stolen by DeRozan. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Mills has got the ball. Here's Forbes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Man, he takes off like a rocket. I mean, there's a suddenness to Morant's game that most athletes don't have.
And the pass to Gay. Outside DeRozan. Back to Gay. Trying to find Mills. Gets it to him. The Grizzlies pull it in. Mills with the steal. Jumps up. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Oh, my goodness. The speed of Gay is overwhelming for many defenders. He really uses both his size and his quickness in transition extremely well.
Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Morant.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, Greg, this is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Knocked away. And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That's his first foul. A different look now for San Antonio. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for Gay. White comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
White, left side. To the middle. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Morant. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
That's a high-level finish for Morant, showing more strength than he's really given credit for.
The Spurs making a switch here. Madu's checked in. And it's tied up with that one. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Outside, Walker. Out to White. Uncovered. Grizzlies with the rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Back to Anderson to take the lead over Walker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I mean, I think he's kind of a throwback kind of player, if you ask me. I mean, Anderson's nickname is Slow-Mo because of his ability to slow the game down and pick the opponent apart.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Yeah, disappointing not to convert all of them, but he did get the one to give them the lead.
Murray gets to Walker. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. And there's the bucket from Medu.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Stolen by Brooks. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
With the strong motor and basketball IQ, Valanciunas remains unfazed by pressure situations.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. DeRozan finds Walker. Back to DeRozan. Trying his luck from deep. Tips it. Walker on the follow. Walker's got his first basket of the night.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Pass to Morant. DeRozan against Brooks. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
We're just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Spurs. Got it!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
And you got to give appreciation to how Poeltl punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Down low, stolen by Anderson.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope. That's a Ja Morant special, ripping the hearts out of the opponent.
DeRozan passes to Walker. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out. Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They trail by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
I mean, it's iffy that there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Rudy Gay.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
charge him an alley. Charge it again like it's credit. Your team crowd need to edit. Yeah, I see face and get it. Hold up, ooh, that's dead. Need a minute, need a plan to revive. Let's get a shot pressing. They said what I said. They got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot.
The city of New Orleans really a sight to see. Now it's ended out. Well, they are fun to watch, that's for sure, Dave. Thank you. Now look at Memphis's starting group. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. And for the Pelicans, Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram in at the small forward. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. And the dunk by Williamson.
This is too easy for Williamson. Once he gets established position, he is ready to attack the rim.
Morant passes to Anderson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Not a lot of experience with this one, Clark, tonight, but 2 good young teams. Talk about the difficulty, though, of winning a championship without that veteran presence.
I think it's virtually impossible, Kevin, to have all young guys and be championship caliber, regardless of the talent level. Even the young Warriors teams had veterans like Andre Iguodala. Experience especially shows up at crunch time.
Very good point. Now here's Brooks. Derek Favors unable to get his shot to go. Ingram with the steal. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
How about that endless wingspan of Ingram? I mean, really causing the opposition a lot of problems.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Pass to Valanciunas. Anderson with the ball. Shot clock at 6. And they'll turn it over. Did not get off his shot. 24-second violation. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Ball feeling it out a bit. There's the dish to Favors. And Derek Favors with the slam.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
The feed now to Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Ball kicks to Holiday. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Morant with a wide open look. And it's Memphis with another.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 of 4 so far.
On the wing, Holiday. Ball, the pass to Holiday. Williamson kicks to Ball. Traps in the tray. Ball's got 5.
Lonzo becoming more consistent with his catch-and-shoot jumper. I know it doesn't look that good, but it's got nice touch on it, and it's effective.
Stolen by Holiday. Ball with it. He's picked up by Morant. Here's Favors. Banked in off the glass. Favors got his second basket. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Morant. Valanciunas. Pass to Brooks. For the 3. And it's Morant missing.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Ingram wide open. Gets an open look and hits.
No stopping Ingram when he's in rhythm, especially when he gets a pass in the spot he loves pulling the trigger from.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. Now here's Morant. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
Tries yet again, puts the move on. No good from Valanciunas. For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to the Kings. Ingram passes to Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, you know, you look at Ingram, and it's not all about scoring with him. He shows he shares the ball as well.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And that one's good, Morant.
The handle and the acceleration. Morant moves around the court with the ball on a string.
Three-pointer. A good close contest so far as we finish the first one.
That's the end of the quarter.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pelicans.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Jang is out there with Clark. Then there's Allen. And it's Melton in at the point.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Here's Jackson following the score by Memphis. Redick passes to Melly. He kicks it to Jackson. Passes it to Melly. Back to Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. There's the 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Yeah, last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
The Pelicans trail. Redick with the 3. Jackson kicks to Hayes. New Orleans moving it around. The pass to Redick. Dishes it to Hayes. An easy 2 points on the layup. Hayes has got the game tied up here for New Orleans.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Here's Melton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Jang. And the Grizzlies check on 2 more.
Good work for Jang, developing confidence in that jump shot. And that's just a matter of repetition and seeing the ball go in. Increasingly important for bigs these days to be able to knock down open jumpers.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Grizzlies?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And so it's New Orleans with it after Memphis gets the 3. Outside Jackson, pass to Redick from the arc. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. To the paint. This one for 3. Pelicans with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento. And it's Ingram missing. Ingram with the steal. And the dunk by Williamson.
And what confidence from the big fella. Williamson runs the floor like a deer, and that assertiveness to attack. Love it.
You know, his teammates calling him the slender man, Brent.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Morant dishes to Jackson. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Okafor finds Holiday. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Okafor's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Lonzo Ball is checked in for Drew Holiday. No good from Valanciunas. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. For 3, Ingram. From beyond the arc and then some. Ingram's got 5 now.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pelican.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they could. And that does it for our.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Zion Williamson, guys. In this game, he has been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in its center, locking down the middle. That's the Pelicans 5. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And I like how Morant threaded the needle there. Just an excellent pass off that pick.
The drive by Brooks. Pelicans pull it in. Williamson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Ingram passes to Williamson. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. Ingram outside. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Virtually unfair. Actually, I'd say it is unfair for a 6'9" guy like Ingram to handle the pumpkin like that.
Valanciunas inside. Working on Favors. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. We were asked this the other day, you and I, if you could choose one guard in the league to shoot a clutch 3-point shot for you, Clark. who would be your guy?
Ironically, they're both on the same team, Kevin. I would start with Steph Curry. I think he clearly is the guy you want shooting it. And then after that, I would go with Klay Thompson. There are a number of other guys, but Steph is a pretty good gap in front of most. And then I think Klay is just a notch or two below Steph.
I agree. Great backcourt. Lillard up in Portland, another one. I mean, there's so many great ones in the NBA.
Yeah, Lillard would certainly be on the three-man list for sure.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. They get it again. Jackson, and the rejection by Favors. Morant with the steal. Stolen by Holiday. It's 2-on-1. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's Hart, guarded by Jackson. And the rejection by Jackson. Outside Holiday. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it, the fast break chance. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Morant with the ball. It's good. This game is all even. Morant's got 10 points.
You love the energy and effort Morant provides, especially when he's on the break.
Holiday gets the bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Good on the three-point shot.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of you.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Hart the pass to Melly. He dishes it to Favors. Here's Hart. 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Favors. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first trip to the line tonight, and the first one drops. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And so Favors nails both of them. 23 seconds left in the third. Here's Melton. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Pass to Clark. Over Favors. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Jackson from long range. Doesn't go for it. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
You know, a little roll here, okay? Got to get them.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Clark. He's out there with Gorgie Dang. Allen is out there with Anderson. And it's Melton in at the 1 spot. Kicks it to Clark. Here's Anderson. That shot, no good. Excellent D there from Okafor. Redick with the bucket. Redick's got it all tied up now for New Orleans.
And that's what we're used to him doing, but he really just hasn't had that typical impact offensively. If they keep getting him touches, this game won't be tied for long.
No good from Clark. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. New Orleans making a switch here. Ball's checked in. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Memphis. Morant comes in for Allen. Hayes lays it up and banks it in. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
Williamson is checked in for Hayes. 4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. Passes it to Williamson. The deep three from Redick. The long distance 3 is buried. Redick's got 5 points now this quarter.
Got to get out on Redick. The range he has is in the gym light. Ridiculous, capable of torching you from right there.
Pelicans leading by 3. Ingram kicks to Williamson. Inside, Okafor dishes to Williamson. Ball, the pass. Oh, the power on that. Prudent.
And Okafor making no mistake about it, no doubt, using his exceptional vertical and throwing it down with force.
Here's Morant. There's the pass to Clark. Here's Melton. Pass to Morant. Clock at 6. He lobs it up. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Ingram. Williamson, the pass to Ball. Redick with it. Ingram outside. Right side, Redick. It's tipped. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Derek Favors checked in for the Pelicans. Memphis also making some changes. Jackson comes in for Clark. And it's Dylan Brooks in for DeAnthony Melton. Pass to Anderson. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he plays with no fear, and he certainly knows how to put the ball in the basket.
Here's Favors. Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Here's Morant. Off with the layup. The Pelicans have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Outside Jackson. It's rebounded by New Orleans. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Out to Ingram. To the right side. Favors passes to Ingram. Redick surveying the D. To the inside. Williamson. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound in this one. It's Brooks on the wing. He's covered by Ingram. Brooks dishes to Morant. Favors with the rebound. New Orleans has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Here's Williamson out to Ingram. The shot. Good.
Ingram not getting overtaken by the height of the moment. Nailing the shot in the face of the defense because his poise and composure is top level.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, you know, that was out of his reach anyway, so I don't even know why he made that effort. No need to commit the foul there.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
You know, Ball has proven he can pass and rebound the ball. He's a very impressive player. Now he just needs to add the shot and become more effective as a scorer. You know, important for him to come through at the line there because they want to expand that lead.
The Grizzlies with another miss. New Orleans with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Stolen by Ball. Ingram attacking. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
So we see New Orleans taking it up. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final, and well, guys, great vision. David, thank you. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the center position. And for the Spurs, we've got Murray, DeRozan out there with Jakob Poeltl. Then it's White, and it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. He gets it in there. DeRozan's got the first points on the scoreboard for San Antonio. You know, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys starting to get nights off.
Now, here's ball. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot. 4 on the clock. It's stolen by DeRozan. In transition, here comes San Antonio. White's running. Walker's shot is off. So Favors will bring it up for New Orleans. And Holiday kicks to Favors. Out to the right wing. Ball with it. Out guarded by Murray. Favors. The shot misses. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
And if it wasn't there, each guy was willing to make the extra pass. Trust in his teammates.
Now here's Walker. Derek Favors unable to get his shot to go. Shoots over Ingram. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Murray against Ball. Poeltl with the steal. And now White pushing it up and no one back to stop him. And finished off by Walker.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
You know what? We see this time and time again. Turnovers lead to a break and then points at the other end.
Now here's Williamson. 23 points for him the last game against Sacramento. The putback, and there's Favors putting it right back in.
One of the foremost offensive rebounders in the game. Favors always in pursuit.
Here's Poeltl. Goes back up, and that's 2 points on the layup.
That's just staying in the moment, keeping with the current possession.
For New Orleans, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Ingram attacking. Williamson, the pass to Ingram, and it's good for 2.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
White the pass to Poeltl. Back to White. Offensive rebound. Another shot, and Poeltl lays it up and in. Poeltl's got his second basket of the night.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates really, really strong.
He's playing with that one extra gear so far that none of the other guys have found yet.
Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Kings in Sacramento.
Even though he got fouled a lot, he never lost any of his aggressiveness. He kept making free throws, and in the process, really frustrated the D.
A different look now for San Antonio. Rudy Gay's checked in for Walker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Derek White. San Antonio leading by 4.
And you think of the resiliency of New Orleans. It feeds into the ethos of their sports teams, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Certainly the Pelicans have had their challenges too. Injuries, turnover, and leadership. You can't give up, though. I think that's something this organization and the fans can relate to.
And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays. Hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Murray. Gay kicks to Forbes. Bounce pass from Zeller. Spurs working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. Mills passes to Zeller. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Mills can't hit.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
New Orleans shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
The Spurs with the league's longest active playoff streak, 22 years and running, not to mention 5 titles in that span. No wonder the Spurs are viewed as the league's model franchise.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Hayes. 35 seconds left in the first. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That is his first foul of the game. Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. Beyond the arc. And Patrick Mills gets the three.
Aggressive with the dribble. Patty puts the D on his heels. Then with the stop and pops.
Now the pass to Redick. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Okafor. Outside Jackson. From deep. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Back to Bellinelli. A 3-ball. And that would have counted, but his shot was off. And so it's San Antonio with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Pelican 5 right now. They've got Hart, Okafor out there with Hayes. And there's Jackson, and it's Redick in at the shooting guard.
Some players never recover from a torn Achilles. Rudy Gay has come back and as good as ever. Still one of the most productive small forwards we have in the league.
Jackson passes to Hayes. Jackson kicks to Okafor. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Zeller and the call, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this, and he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here is Forbes after J.J. Redick's bucket. And Forbes kicks to Zeller. Gay outside. Right wing. Here's Forbes. Hands it from downtown. Forbes has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Dial it up. This is a play you can keep running for Forbes until the defense adjusts.
Spurs leading by 5. Bellinelli for 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Okafor, the pass to Hart. Outside Jackson. And he converts the layup. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter. Steve, the league has broadened the definition of clear path foul. Think that'll discourage the wrap-up fouls that stop those fast breaks?
Yeah, I think so, because the guys coming downhill with that type of force, And if you do wrap him up, and sometimes your coaches want you to because of the situation, but it's hard, and it could create a lot of injuries. So I do like the clear path fouls.
Here's Hart. Really had troubles in that loss to Sacramento. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Turtle comes in for Zeller. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for Bryn Forbes. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Williamson is checked in for Hayes. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. Drew Holiday is checked in for J.J. Redick. And Ball subbed in for Jackson. Here's Mills. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. The dish now to Gay. Back to Mills. Pass to Gay. Here's Mills. His three-pointers off the mark. There's 1:54 left to play here in the half. Now here's Williamson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Ingram passes to Williamson. Out to Ingram. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's Okafor missing. Spurs leading by 4. Here's Gay. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Gay's got 6.
Boy, I'll tell you, from mid-range, Rudy's shot mechanics look effortless.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Mills. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. And DeRozan kicks to Gay. And here's Mills. Tries it from 9. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Nice conversion off the pick and roll. Patty with the right read takes it himself.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Walker's checked in for Gay. White comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. The Pelicans making a switch here. Favors is checked in. Murray surveying the D. Passes it to Walker. To the left wing. White against Holiday. In the corner, Murray with it. Pirtle dishes to Murray. Back to Pirtle. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Pirtle's got the lead up to 8 now for the Spurs.
Defensive breakdown. Murray attracts attention as a scorer, which opens up everything else.
Pass to Ingram. Back to Ball. And stolen by Murray. Floats it up for Walker. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to. And that concludes the first half. Spurs lead by 8. And
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. It was all about San Antonio as the game got going. You could see the daggers in their eyes. And that does it for our halftime show.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You gotta like what Jakob Poeltl has done in this game.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Poeltl is out there with DeRozan. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then there's Derek White. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Murray outside. Back to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. Outside, White. Launches a 3. Rebound by Drew Holiday. Pelicans trail by 6.
One of the better defenders in the league. Drew Holiday embraces the challenge.
And really deep 3 that time. Ball's got his second bucket of the night.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
Murray, and he lays it straight in. And the Spurs lead by 5. And defending the top scorers in the league is no picnic, but Drew Holiday says it's fun for him.
That's what he grew up on. He comes from a basketball family. Defense was a topic of conversation at the dinner table.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Williamson. Not a lot of room. Shooting, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Wide open look here for Murray. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Murray's got 7.
Improved shot mechanics, improved strength. DeJounte Murray is becoming a force.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
And you look at all the under-the-radar prospects that have found success with the Spurs. How do they keep hitting on all these players other teams have missed?
They do a great job with their player development. They also do a great job identifying players with great character. They have guys who work extremely hard. They have great coaching, and they teach. But more importantly, what they do, GA, they give you confidence. And that's where I think the Spurs separate from other organizations.
And the expectations for Williamson are sky high. A superb athlete whose skill set and drive to be great is off the charts.
Always going up for the alley-oop here.
This is just one of many areas where Redick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good quality shots.
Right side, DeRozan. Walker in the post. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
Well, the first 9 seasons of DeMar DeRozan's career in Toronto, it had become home for him. Last season, the adversity of a trade that sent him to San Antonio.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Pirtle, he's checked in for Zelly. Gay comes in for Lonnie Walker. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And Redick, here we go. To the middle. Makes it off the glass. Hayes has got the lead up to 3 now for New Orleans. And Smitty, a real adjustment for DeRozan, leaving behind the only NBA team he had ever known after so long.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in taking the Raptors franchise to new heights. A lot of emotions. I think he understands he's going to grow from that experience.
Redick passes to Hayes. Here's Hart. Outside, Redick. There's the dish to Hayes. The pass to Melly. Over Gay. And the shot is long. Derek White's checked in for Bryn Forbes. The Pelicans also changing it up. Ingram, he's checked in for Redick. And it's Holiday in for Lonzo Ball. Mills looking it over. White finds Gay. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's DeRozan. Some solid defense from Ingram.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Down low, and Hayes throws it down.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Pass to White. The 3. And no good.
He can hit it from deep, but needs a little more room to operate, and the defense wouldn't give it to him.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Hart kicks to Ingram. Back to Hart. 6 on the shot clock. And Pirtle sends it back.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Pirtle. Wonderful timing right there.
Mills passes to Pirtle. Back to Mills. Over Hayes. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
We're good. We just got to come up with stops.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. At the forward slots, Ingram and Melly. Holiday out there with Hart, and it's Favors in at the 5 spot. DeRozan against Ingram. Gay, and he banks in the layup. Gay's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Spurs. Passes to Hart. Ingram passes to Favors. Outside Holiday. Out to Favors. Back to Holiday. And he gets the bucket. Holiday's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for the Pelicans.
Talk about scoring the basketball. Legit player. Holiday got paid because he can play.
To the left side wing. All sorts of time. Rebound San Antonio.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Pirtle, the pass to Gay. Here's DeRozan. Out to White. Feeds it to Gay. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Here's Mills. Finish off the break. And the Spurs lead by 1.
A proficient scorer out in space. Mills hustles up court, gets the look he wants.
Ingram passes to Melly. And Favors kicks to Holiday. And here's Ingram from the arc. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for the Spurs. Murray comes in for Patty Mills. Williamson is checked in for the Pelicans. Lonzo Ball comes in for Josh Hart. The Spurs have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And he gets it to go. And now it's a 3-point Spurs lead.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Medu, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ball kicks to Holiday. No good on the triple. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Spurs leading by 3. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Here's Medu. He's covered by Favors. White, left side. Knocks it loose. Ingram with the steal. Holiday dishes to Williamson. Now White. And a wide open look for Walker. Buries the long-range jumper.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Here's Ball. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And Ball is not going to back down in these moments. In fact, he embraces being the man when it's a big possession.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. 1:41 left in the 4th quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jakob Poeltl.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Jackson, he's checked in for ball. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing, but it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
The kick out to Walker. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Murray, the pass to Gay. Back to Murray. Over Jackson. Gay. It's good on the putback. And the Spurs lead by 3.
Unbelievable poise. Game on the line. Rudy Gay coming through in the clutch.
Ingram finds Favors. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Williamson, the pass to Holiday. Now Ingram. To the paint. Here's Favors. That one, no good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Outside for Murray. Unloads from 9. It's good.
You won't see this young man turn down big shots. Murray believes in himself, and so does this team.
Here's Williamson. Here's Favors. Ingram outside. Holiday with the 3. It's hauled in by Gay. Right side to Walker. Pass to Murray. Here's Medu. He's covered by Ingram.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. From deep three-point range. Deep 2 from Murray. Can't get it to fall. And so it's San Antonio with the win. Probably a little. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for...
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Up next, we get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Grizzlies. They're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And checking out San Antonio, down 4 spots from them.
And I think for Memphis, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
And the starting group for the Spurs. DeJounte Murray is out there with Derek White. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Grizzlies, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. Now the Grizzlies with it. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Now here's Morant. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team, it's something that's more special to me than being an all-star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team NBA.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in the power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Poeltl's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. For Memphis, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Doubled by Murray, back to Jackson, and another turnover here by Memphis. Looking for the first basket of the game.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Now here's Murray. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Back to White, pass to Poeltl, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And a brief look now at the best rebounders from the point guard position over the past month. 5th, DeJounte Murray.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
Yeah, these guys have that same nose for the ball. These are some scrappy players. They can hold their own in the paint with anyone.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Lonnie Walker. Shot's good by Gay.
And Gay is surprisingly finessing the paint, a real offensive juggernaut.
At the elbow, it's Jackson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Zeller, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bryn Forbes comes in for White, and it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Mills. Another one falls for San Antonio.
I didn't see that pass coming. Zeller setting the table with precision. I mean, it's good work by the big fella.
And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
Here's Mills following the score by Memphis. The pass to Zeller. Back to Mills. There's the triple. No good on the shot. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Brooks with no one around. And it's all evened up.
Dangerous scorer who never seems to lose confidence. Brooks is lethal from downtown.
Here is Forbes. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That's tipped. Stolen by Jackson. And now Brooks running the floor all by himself. They now take the lead.
This is what Brooks loves to do. Get out and run. He's good at making the right decision.
Pass to DeRozan. Melton passes to Clark. Here's Melton. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Jackson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Rebounded by the Spurs. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. And it's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Chang, he's checked in for Memphis. Grayson Allen comes in for Dylan Brooks. Medu, he's checked in for the Spurs. Spurs trail by 4. And Mills kicks to Gay. Now, here's DeRozan. He's tightly guarded. Here's Medu. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Here's Melton. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, GA, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
Clark is out there with Chang. Then there's Allen. And it's Melton in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Now here's Allen. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Clark's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Grizzlies.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Here's Mills after Memphis gets the 3. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0", and that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Morant comes in for Melton. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Clark's got the lead up to 7 now for the Grizzlies.
A flat-out bulldog in the paint. Great job to follow his own shot there and get the basket.
Gay dishes to Bellinelli. Back to Gay. And then Gay with the dunk.
And when Gay is sprinting to the hoop, you have a feeling he's going to do something special. His dunks are just unreal.
Allen finds Jang. Back to Allen. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Clark, the pass to Anderson. Jang inside, defended by Pirtle. And Jang gets it to go.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Gay.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
From outside the arc, Bellinelli pulls it in. Morant's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Inside, and the jam by Rudy Gay.
And when Gay is nearby, you have to be aware of his vertical. He really rocks the rims on these jams.
to Anderson. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And a look now at the San Antonio Spurs' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for the matchup with the Grizzlies, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Morant. No good off the front iron.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
And Anderson gets it to go.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And Memphis, a small town, not a free agent destination, but the connection between these fans and their team really stands out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, first of all, I love Memphis. Shout out to Bill Street. Oh, man, they got some great food there, GA. I'll take it to one of my spots next time we're up there. But Memphis is known for its food and music. I mean, the MGs, as some call the Grizzlies, a treasured part of this scene.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs making a change here. Forbes checked in. Valanciunas against Zeller. The putback and the second chance effort by Jackson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Murray penetrating. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Official. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul. For San Antonio, they've had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Both shots good from the stripe.
Now, his free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Here's White. And no good on the last second attempt this time.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the... Thanks for joining us.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for San Antonio, White is out there with Murray. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Pirtle. And it's Walker in at the 3. And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
Outside, Walker. The dish to DeRozan. And the rejection by Jackson. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
One thing Morant does with consistency, I mean, he keeps defenders off balance.
While the NBA is entertainment, you know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Well, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest, to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. And that one's good by Gay.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set them up.
And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Morant with it. 5 points in the game. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Shots good by Mills.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Memphis has gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Now here's Morant. Guarded close. Nice D from DeRozan.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment. Good report. Thank you so much. Spurs working the ball around now. Clock at 6. And here's Mills from the arc. Gets a hand on it. And Gay with the second chance points. Gay's got 14.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Outside Jackson. Pulls up. And Morant gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. And that's now 10 points for John Morant. And Mills kicks to Walker. Mills looking it over. Here's Pirtle. And that one hits back iron. And so Allen will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Here's Mills. Pirtle. It's good on the putback.
And Pirtle has a stick-with-it mentality on the offensive glass, just throwing himself against the board.
Allen outside. There's 38 seconds left to play in the third. Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Spurs. Bryn Forbes comes in for Patty Mills. Here's Clark, and that one drops for him. He's got 9.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Here's Forbes, lays it up off the glass. 12 seconds left to play in the third. Melton passes to Clark, stolen by Gay. Bellinelli for 3, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Spurs trail by 13. Clark is out there with Brooks. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Melton in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Gay dishes to Mills. Lets a floater go. At the elbow, Zeller. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And that one's good by Gay.
Oh, and if you were the defense, you have to be right in the jersey of Gay. A knockdown threat on the catch and shoot.
Melton passes to Clark. Feeds to Valanciunas. Let's go. Again, Memphis.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
Here is Forbes. Off target from the wing.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Unhindered, going all the way. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Oh, that'll make any coach happy. Aggressive defense, then changing ends quickly.
Here's Zeller. Kicks it out to Gay. Johnson, a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And the Grizzlies leading by 18. Out to the right wing. Here's Melton. He's guarded by Johnson. Oh, the lob to Valanciunas. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Valanciunas has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
Memphis with the ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Clark kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Clark. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Spurs have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And here's Mills for 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that. But either way, it's a tough shot.
From 12 feet out. San Antonio with the rebound. Zeller's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Forbes has it in the corner. Pulls up on the wing. That's good on the jump shot. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game. So anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score. Don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, Usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too long.
Right.
Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Memphis.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33. The Spurs making a switch here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Lonnie Walker comes in for Johnson. White, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Outside, Walker. Gay, right side. Kicks it to Pirtle. Brooks against White. To the middle. Here's Gay. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And what really separates Morant? The intangibles. He has a great camaraderie with his teammates already.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Jackson kicks to Anderson. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. They shoot again with the putback. And staying with the play, Valanciunas.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
And if you're going to foul Pirtle, you have to make sure you really whack him. He's remarkable about finishing through the contact.
Now here's Morant. D right on him. From deep. Offline. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but